Friday night today. It's actually my mom's birthday, so I talked to her today. I talked to my grandma today. I talked to my sister today. Talked to a lot of family today. Um, after work, I had kind of a lot of free time. It felt like so. I did some painting. Um, I practiced music more than I have been lately, which is really nice. Um, I finished. I started watching Dune last weekend. The first one, because I gotta watch the first one because I haven't seen the second one, and then I gotta see the second one, and then the third one I think is coming out this summer, and I'd like to go see that. So I finished the first Dune, and then I watched Mortal Kombat 2 on HBO Max, and it's a lot better than I thought it would be. I mean, it's not gonna win any Oscars, uh, probably. Carl Urban is maybe a little old for Johnny Cage, although he played him as a washed up old actor, so maybe it works. And he did a good job, of course. It was a much better movie than I thought it would be. I finished sending all the paperwork, the financial disclosure paperwork, to my lawyer. I've been taking this Science of Well-Being course on Coursera, and so one of the things in the course is like we become accustomed to whatever we're going through. So like, um, you say you win the lottery, right? People that win the lottery, they tend to be really happy for like a year, and then they kind of get used to being rich, and um, and their happiness goes back down to baseline. Um, I mean, that's the general idea, right? Is that we become kind of accustomed to whatever's going on, and so as a way to manage um, our unhappiness, two things that we can do is number one, don't allow ourselves to become accustomed to the good things. So we can do things like savoring the good things, which basically just means to slow down and like notice them, right? And um, and on kind of on the flip side of that is that we can get uh, accustomed to bad things. We can get ourselves accustomed to bad things more quickly. And the way that you would do that is you would do the bad things in chunks, like as much at once as possible. Like, for example, with the paperwork, I had been doing it, um, or I had intended to do it, like a paper at a time, 5 minutes a day, something like that. But because it seemed manageable, but the science says that that's wrong, and the way to be happiest about it is to do it all at once, and that way I'm not taking a hit to my happiness every day. I'm taking like one hit. Maybe it's a bigger hit than usual, but it's not. It's not. It's much smaller than 10 individual hits. I don't know if I'm doing that right, but I just did all the papers at once today, or well, a little more than half, but there's quite a few of them. And I sent that off to my lawyer, and my lawyer hasn't didn't. I sent my lawyer that other email yesterday, and I didn't get a reply from that. So I'm not sure if my lawyer had the day off or if she was just like, nah, I don't need to reply to that, or what, I don't know. Yeah. Today I kind of went back over at a thing I needed to do in kind of the area where our house is, where Gabby and I are about our house, out in Lakewood, Colorado. So I was out there. And it's hard to be out over there because there's a lot of places that we went together, and I took the train out there, and I get off the train station, and that's the train station where Gabby used to drop me off in the morning and pick me up in the evening. And I went past that stop as well, and there's a stop at Red Rocks Community College, and Gabby and I don't know that we ever went to Red Rocks Community College together, and I don't know, we definitely never took the train, but I just know that Gabby applied for some jobs at Red Rocks Community College, and there's just a connection. There's just a connection between her and Red Rocks Community College that, for me, that made me sad as well. So, kind of a sad in a nostalgic way sort of day today. Disney Plus has started telling me that I'm not in my household on my TV here at my apartment, because it knows, however it figures out, it knows that I lived at the house with Gabby for years. That's the household, and it knows that this TV is not in the same place. And well, it's known that for weeks, but it has stopped letting me say that I'm, temporarily away from home. So now if I want to watch Disney Plus on the TV, it's I'd have to update the household. But if I update the household, that would mean that only this TV can access it, and Gabby won't be able to watch Disney Plus from the house. And I was like, I don't know if she does, but in Disney Plus, I was trying to figure out if you could add like a second household or something, to your same account. And it turns out you can, but we can't for some complicated reason. But also, there's a thing in there where you can see who all is, like, what devices are logged in to Disney Plus, and it did show that Gabby had watched Disney Plus on her iPad a couple days ago, and also last week. So I decided, instead of, I talked to my mom and my sisters about it, and they said, well, it's coming, the payment is coming out of your bank account, and Gabby's not splitting that bill, so you should just change the household. But I thought about it, and I decided, I'm not gonna cut her off like that if she's apparently still using it. So I found a workaround. I can watch Disney Plus on my phone, and I can just screencast it to the TV. And okay, so maybe this story is not very interesting on its own, but it's a very emotional story on the inside. It seems like it's just a dumb story about you know, a video streaming app, but it's really an emotional story about whether or not to sever that connection from Gabby's end. Because if I update the household so that I can watch Disney Plus, it means it's gonna cut Gabby off. So it would be severing a connection from her. Does that make sense? I mean, it's a nothing connection, right? It's a nonsense thing that doesn't matter, but Gabby apparently is still using the same Disney Plus account, so that is some form of connection to me that she has not severed. But if I update the household, it will sever that for her. And so yeah, I'm here and I'm talking to you about, oh, can I watch Disney Plus? Can I not watch Disney Plus? But what I'm really thinking is about that connection and whether or not to sever it. And I don't want to sever it. I don't know if Gabby sits, at home thinking about this stuff like I do, but to her it might not be a connection at all, But to me it is. All right, it's the weekend. What made me feel purposeful today? I practiced singing, and I feel like it went well. I did some more painting, and I'm excited about this painting that I'm working on. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I feel like I am looking pretty good, body composition wise. I feel like I look like I've lost more weight. It kind of seems like it happens in chunks, because I went from 250 to 230 like in a weekend. Like I was at 250 and I was working out and everything, but I didn't seem to be losing any weight, and then all of a sudden it was just all gone. And it kind of looks to me like something like that has happened again, which is pretty crazy. And so those things felt good today. And what do I feel good? What's gonna help me feel purposeful tomorrow? I've got an informational interview with somebody scheduled for tomorrow. That's good. I really like doing those. They help me feel really purposeful. I'm gonna keep doing the painting. I'm gonna finish this painting this weekend, and it's gonna be the third one in my set of 3. And I'm gonna put them up on the wall at some point, and I'm gonna show you the paintings because I'm pretty proud of them. And I'm probably gonna go to the improv show for a couple of reasons. One, I get in free, so it's like the only form of entertainment that I can afford right now. And also, I really enjoy doing it, and I want to do more. I mean, I am taking classes and stuff, but I want to practice doing it, and I want to be I want to feel more like I'm part of that world. Like I feel like people are starting to talk to me, like they know my name, and they'll like say, "Oh, hey, John, how are you?" And I'll be like, "Hey, I'm doing good." Which is small, but that's how you get to be part of that world, right? Is that you're just there until you until you just are there until you're kind of expected to be there. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I've also decided. I mean, I haven't really. I'm gonna start doing more with stand up. I was working on stand up material back before Gabby and I separated, and I'm gonna do some more on that. And I'm thinking about maybe taking a stand up comedy class. When I can afford it. I've kind of forgotten what I was doing. My brain has just gone really haywire for some reason. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go do a 5-minute body scan for mindfulness, to kind of center me and get my brain to work, to calm down, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. And I'm gonna get good sleep this weekend, and I'm gonna feel good next week. Fingers crossed. All right, good night.